So in 2019, I got a very disturbing phone call from my son's teacher at the elementary school. And it was actually my son's favorite teacher, my son that was diagnosed with autism. And she called me very upset. I mean, very upset. And she said that my son came to her from his previous class crying hysterically. And if you know, sometimes autistic kids, it's hard to calm them down once they're upset. But she said that he was crying, he was very upset. And then she disclosed to me why. And apparently, his special education teacher, the one who takes him out periodically, if you know, sometimes your children have IEPs, and so they get like some special extra attention, and so they get pulled out and they're put into a smaller class setting. And at this particular elementary school, the building where they would go to was actually outside, so they would have to leave out of the actual school building and walk over to like a mobile building where they would conduct their classroom. Long story short, the children in the classroom got really excited and they were screaming. They were happy and they were all excited, yay, you know, that type of thing. And all the noise, the screaming, it, you know, discombobulated my son. Like, he couldn't handle all the noise and he started crying, which is normal for people with autism, that like them not being able to handle loud noises. And so he started crying, but this is within her scope of practice, as she is a special education teacher for those who have autism. At any rate, she couldn't get him to calm down, so she slammed her hand on the table and yelled at him to get out. And she put him outside in the cold. This was in October. She put him outside in the cold without a jacket and made him stand outside, not outside of the classroom where you're still in a building, but literally outside. And it was on the news and everything, and so, you know, you may have seen the story, you may not have, but that is what ultimately led me to go ahead and take all the children out and never return them back to a brick and mortar school ever again. I've been homeschooling on and off ever since 2016, but it became a full-time job for me in 2019. So now I'm homeschooling 5 children between the ages of 5 and 13. My 5-year-old, she's doing 2nd grade work. My 8-year-old, he's doing 3rd grade work. It took a little while because my children were actually behind. They were actually like 2 or 3 years behind. And I'm like, what are you learning in school? And all they can ever tell me is what they had for lunch. And so it was very important to me to take on this responsibility. I get a lot of questions about, like, how do you do this? How do you start homeschooling? How do you find a curriculum? How do you teach a bunch of children, so many children that are on different levels? In the very beginning, it was not easy, but pretty much we came up with a system that really works for us and our family. You know, we are a family of 8, and currently I'm expecting a child now. And I also do have 3 stepdaughters who don't live with us full time, but they do visit, of which I have taught them as well. But permanently, full time as of now, I homeschool 5 of the 6 that live with us, and I'm expecting to begin homeschooling that 6th child the minute she turns 2. We do stuff now, but you know, we're going to do more as she gets older as well. And so pretty much because of all the questions that I've gotten and just all the confusion with moms and even dads who really want to make this homeschooling thing work, and some people have jobs and other things that they're concerned about, childcare, all these types of things. And so I did create this ebook pretty much called The ABCs of Homeschooling for Newbies. And I explain how to follow the guidelines in your state, how to get it established where you're recognized as a legit homeschool. I talk about driver's ed, I talk about college, I talk about different types of curricula, free and paid. I talk about how I'm able to teach these children on different levels while still not like leaving anyone out, and also just how I got them caught up to where they're now on their correct level or even beyond. The book, it's $9.99. It's cheap. It is affordable, and you can just go to the link in the bio, and it's an instant download. As soon as you submit the payment, you can just download it right away. It's very short, yet filled with information to help you so that you can learn what homeschooling is all about and possibly see if it's something best for you and your family, and even learn how to get that started, how to figure it all out. Because in the beginning it seems like a lot, but I've pretty much comprised my experience and just listed all the details that I wish I had known from that time, and just pretty much detailing how I've done the things that I've done and how I'm still doing and maintaining and doing what I do now.